Tavian Properties, we started by realizing a real problem, what we saw in the market. Like we used to work with our previous agency as well.
Okay.
Saw a lot of challenges in the market, especially from the investor side. Like when we even saw some UK-based investors who were moving towards Dubai. And there was a lot of confusion which we saw from them, like
Like what kind of confusion you saw from them?
hundreds of thousands of brokers. They keep having the investors keep receiving the videos and the kind of brochures and the PDFs and all the kind of content, and everything looks so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Undoubtedly, like Dubai is one of the most fascinating markets to invest in.
Yeah, I agree.
However,
agree.
The catch is like not everything is as black and white as it is visible over the Instagram, I would say. Like in 30 seconds or 45 seconds, if you will just share the reviews about a community and you say this is the last of the last opportunity and this is where you're going to make money, not everyone can digest it. And it's genuinely too confusing, like too good to be true kind of things, you know. Another thing is like even the investors who has invested, seeing those kind of videos and seeing those kind of hype, and they purchase it through a broker and the broker disappears after a month or something. So again, like they're left all alone.
Not all the agencies, right? Not all the agents do the same.
Not
Like, they sell it, they
not all the
disappear.
agents, but there are seasonal brokers. That's what I was talking about. So yeah.
That's okay.
So I think this is where we find, like, this is where we saw the gap and we wanted to fill it.
Exactly.
But basically, like, what you want to say is, like, someone will see a kind of reel or an ad on the social media, and they will contact those kind of brokers or agencies, and they just sugarcoat it and they sell it for them without showing them the actual figures or numbers or the truth about what they are buying. They just share like PDF files of, you know, like brochure, floor plans, and those kind of stuff. You mean, right?
Exactly. So you get a lead, let's say a client who is contacting you from UK. He's sitting far away. He's not aware about the Dubai market. How does it respond and how the things work out over here? That's I guess that's the role of a broker. That's where we are over here. And if that is something which is not clarified and everyone is just selling for the sake of selling it and making the money out of it, no, that's not something fair. Because end of the day, it's someone's hard-earned money whom you're playing with. So some visibility, at least tell them what you're selling, where exactly is the location, who's the developer, what they have developed. Just showing one individual product and telling that this is the best of the best opportunity in the market. Best with what? Like, where is the comparison? What are you comparing with the best?
Okay, so let me ask a question. Okay, a question. So basically, it is clear that a client or a customer who's coming from abroad, he should have clear visibility of what he's going to put his hard-earned money in. So now we are talking about Tavian. So where is the gap and how Tavian have filled that gap? If Vinod can answer that question.
Yeah, definitely, bro. See, Tavian, like before we starting up Tavian, all of us, we worked in multiple agencies.
Yeah, true.
And the agencies who are in the market for more than 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, like a lot of agents in the company, right? You're looking at 40, 50, 100 agents. So what used to happen is they always like come up with the new projects. Like, okay, some developer, they came to office, they are talking about a new launch. So then the agencies used to tend to push their agents, okay, you sell this property, this is the launch, we feel this is the better price. Whatever benefits they will be having, whatever it is, but eventually they used to push their agents to sell their product. And likewise, every time the new developers comes into market, they come up with some attractive incentives to the agencies. They will push their agents to sell the properties. And what we think, like what we used to think that time when I was working with them, oh, it's okay, I sell this property and then I vanish. And not vanish, I sell this property, let's say after 2 years, 3 years. But eventually what I realized was 3, 4 years, even 5 years timeline in Dubai is like this. and eventually you have to see the same client again.
Time flies like
Right?
anything
Time,
over here. Yes.
time flies. So how this Tavian idea came into picture is, there are many agencies, thousands of agencies. How do you stand out? Like we try to do a research on every individual project, a developer, and a community, where this project or a community will stand by in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the line. We don't say today just because some developers are giving higher commissions. No, that's not my interest, to be honest. My interest, or my company's interest, or our company interest is very one thing. Client have to make money, even for any reasons. Let's say if the market is not doing good down the line, client should not lose in the same way where other projects are losing money if we have recommended some projects to them. So this is where we came up with an idea. Okay, let's do one thing. We don't go to the agency, go to the developers who pays the highest commissions. We go to the developers. We sell those projects where clients will get the most benefits out of it. So this is where we came up with an idea. Okay, let's start an agency with a small team of 3. We're just 3 now, right? Small team of 3, that we select the projects on our own, not by interest of developers. We select the projects, we do all the research, and we do the comparison. See, when someone, like everyday basis, you have a different projects coming into market. So when there is a different projects coming into market, will you sell all the projects? No, nobody can sell. No agents can sell all the projects in the market, right? But what we do is, we select the project and we do compare with the similar communities or similar projects in the market, how they have performed, like from the handover or before to the handover, like what price they have launched and where they are standing today. And we all know that, like, we have sold some units in last couple of projects which got handed over now, and our clients have made 70-80% of money. And today, even I went to meet one of my client who just resold. By the way, just to let you know, I have sold a unit in 2022 to one of my client in Tilal Al Furjan. Just an example, Tilal Al Furjan, a 4-bedroom villa for 3.8 million. Client was not convinced. When we went to the location, she said, like, Tilal Al Furjan community, like, who's going to live in this? It was empty land when we went to that location. I said, ma'am, look at the numbers, look at the existing communities that time, what price they are selling at, ready units, and where we can stand at down the line of 3 to 4 years. And in fact, like, in 3 years of time, she have resold it for 7.2 million.
Wow.
And she have sold it through other agent, by the way, not with me. Okay. I have not resold. Someone has resold. And she came back to me again. Not even that agent said, I have other projects, I can sell it to you. She said, no, I'm going with Vinod. Because when I was not convinced, he have recommended something which I have made money out of it. I'll go back and I will reinvest this amount.
So basically now she trusts your choices. She knows
Yes.
how do you work, and
Definitely,
this
bro.
is how
Yeah.
she follow you.
This is where we come out. Like, we come out as a Tavian team, that we select specific projects based on the research we do. Like, bro, like, let's be honest. Like, if we are working 5-6 days a week, how much time you spend on calling the clients? Hardly 30-40 minutes. If you have to call 10 clients, 10 clients will pick up your call? No. It just take 1 hour, right? So in 1 hour you finish all the calls. Then what you do next? We do a lot of research. We study all the communities. And I just don't want to mention any developer names, but many agents who work in a developers itself, they don't know complete details. They are not interested in explaining the clients about all the details. Like, for example, what is the land size? What is the amenities? What is the open spaces? How much is the size of this open spaces? We go in a specific details. We explain all the details to the client. We do that. Why? Because of the amount of work we have put in a background.
Okay,
Nobody
so
see
if
it.
you can explain to me, Anubhav, like, what are those kind of work that you do to prepare yourself, your team, and be able to convince clients? Like, why this project, not that project?
To be honest, like, whenever we study a project, it's not for convincing a client. Like, first we try to convince ourselves, like, if this investment is even worth it. And trust me, like, for a matter of fact, like we go in the smallest of the smallest detail
Yeah,
with
true.
every single developer. Let it be any developer, let it be a public venture, let it be a private venture. We tend to dig in as deep as we can go,
Okay.
especially like the developer's history, like what's their background, where does they come from, like if it is a complete public venture, if it's a semi-government, if it's a private venture. As you know very well, like we tend to deal mostly with the semi-government and the government, but doesn't mean we like rule out the entire private developments completely. One of the big names on the Hesra Street, Crystal Lagoon Community, one of the top 2 conglomerates of UAE, we deal with them. Why we deal with them is because we have saw the value, what they have contributed for the entire geographical area. We have seen quite well. They are known for building the creativity. We have seen like whatever they have committed, they have exceeded the expectations and they have delivered far what they have committed. This is something which you see in the working culture, in the ethics of a company. It's not something like someone comes with a huge land bank, they say they're just gonna deliver this community and okay, fine, but any records which we can see for our reference, that's the most important point for us, like where we want to see the history, like what they have done so far. Were they able to deliver on time?
Okay, so basically what, like for my understanding now, basically what we do is we check the developer, the background of the developer, government, government or private, then their previous development, the quality they brought their development,
100%.
like their communities, how they like what was the building material, like basically like owners review or feedback about like what they have bought, and then we also check, we compare the sizes, so we can
100%.
come up with the price per square foot, like does it make sense or no. And comparing the size with different communities as well. This is very important, I believe, to
With the neighboring
differentiate between,
communities.
like living sizes and pigeon boxes, basically.
Absolutely.
We also see like the location, like what we do, like where is the location? Does it make sense? Is it something like, even if it's far, is it far but futuristic? Like something where, like in Dubai South area where the new airport is coming, this is an example. And we also check like the payment plans, for example, right? It makes a lot of difference.
Yes, it does.
Makes a lot of difference.
Sometimes flexible, sometimes it's aggressive. And this is where we see like the client, we can study the client as well. We see like where he will feel like that his investment is safe and secure. Like sometimes we know very well that if it's a aggressive payment plan, for example, most of the people will tend to run away from that. But we know in the same time that those aggressive payment plan, when they come from a government developer or a semi-government developer with a very big name, we know that if you have the visibility for like the entire amount of the unit, and you can go for it, you know very well that your investment and your appreciation will be so high.
Yeah.
But it depends on your cash flow.
Absolutely, yes.
So if it's aggressive and you cannot do it, better not.
Yeah.
We understand that there is something like we do usually the accelerating payments, and we do like the flipping 1 year, 1.5 year, but still we usually tell the client that as long as you have the visibility, it's better. So
Since you brought this point into the picture, like it's a good one. This is a very important point, like having the entire visibility.
Yeah.
I have seen people getting emotional and like getting into the sentiments where like one of the friend comes and one of the friend is buying. Of course, he's having the visibility because he came prepared. And the next friend, like he's just having the FOMO, like fear of missing out, that he might miss this opportunity. He's not even having the visibility, and the payment plan was too flexible, like 30-70, like 30 during the construction, 70 on the handover. And he thinks like, okay, the market is going high, and by the time of the handover, he's going to make money, and he just puts in for the 30% with the 30% visibility. And that is the place where the people make the most distressed deals.
Exactly.
Where
True.
the people have to exit with a negative point, which which is so hyped up, like people get convinced. I don't know how someone can.
This is
but
the thing. This is the thing which I believe we are different than other agent when it comes to that. We don't try to push the client
Yes.
using his emotions.
exactly.
We clarify everything for him. We don't mind that if we will lose someone,
Yes.
instead of putting him in this kind of a stress period of time where he will not be sure like if he will be able to sell, will he be able to bring at least his down payment or whatever he paid back, or he's going to lose. So
Again, the good thing is like we are not losing him. We are giving him the confidence, like
Yeah.
where he understands this part and like it makes sense. So at least even in the future, like whenever he has to make an investment, it's end of the day he's going to come back to us.
exactly.
And we are giving the clear visibility rather than hyping it up. Like when at the time of the handover, we are going to flip it off. No way. Like how? Because if the handover comes before, God forbid, and if the market is not performing well at the moment, what exactly are you going to do? You have to pay that 70%. You have to cover it. There is no way you can exit out of it. So that's where we play the important role. We give the clear visibility. So first we convince ourselves, like once we are convinced the project is worth it, like the investor can make money out of there. I believe the next of the role is the you only, where you do the entire DNA about the project and where you prepare all the comparison sheets. Like how does this community stands out with the next one, or why not the neighboring community which is already ready, matured, and why are we going for this?
I believe also like one of the things which we always tell to each other, if not only if you're not convinced, but if you don't know how to sell it later, then better not to come
Yes.
from the beginning in that